Hey, howdy. Rusty510 here. Welcome to Blasphemous. Now, I've never played Blasphemous, so this is a first impression. Oh gosh. So there's a bunch of stuff. That's a that's always a good sign when you go in a game and there's patch notes. Um, so I have no idea what the game's like. I know that there's a second one coming out shortly, so I thought, why not play the first one? See what the hub is all about. It's not about the sun rising, but our sins. Okay, is that like a animated intro? Sorry, I'd just be quiet. Oh,
Because it is my guilt, I
okay,
claim
okay.
your grievous miracle. Make my chest hurt with regret. Forge your punishment and nail it deep. Shape my guilt once again.
And thus, guilt, repentance, mourning, and every pain of the soul of all kind were visibly and tangibly manifested everywhere and in all of us. Sometimes in the form of blessing and grace, sometime in the form of punishment and corruption. That divine will, equally pious and cruel, which we could not and will never be able to unravel, was called the miracle.
Brotherhood of the Silent Sorrow. Alright then. So, we've got... Okay. Press L1 to consume one of your biliary flasks and recover vitality. These consecrated flasks are refilled by kneeling in a prydian? Do you? Find empty vessels to increase the amount you can carry. So naturally we're going to go left. Okay, so we can jump. Is that a parry? Oh, I used it. As you'd expect. Square to swing. So we have similar, I suppose, to Metroidvania. We can always just say that. You can just say that. As a gaming YouTuber, you just say Metroidvania and people just know exactly what you're talking about. Castlevania, Metroidvania. All the Vanias. Dead Cells, recent sort of thing, maybe. So... Okay. So this is where we kneel, yeah? Okay. So very hopeful and uplifting. Too easy. Alright. So the R2 being a slide dodge thing is a bit... It certainly makes it easier. Makes me think that if, you know, Elden Ring, I played with it on the dodge. On the R2 would be easier. Okay, we collected the blood. Yum, 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 yum. Oh yeah, that makes sense. So very, you could, this is the part where the gaming journalist says, it's inspired by Berserk. No. Everything's inspired by something before that. Just the morbidness of the medieval ages. That's it. Let's just leave it at that. And even before that, the human morbidity knows no bounds. Okay, you need the key. Oh. Okay. Jesus. Alright, what's up, buddy?
Regretful be the heart, penitent one. The anguish of the eldest brother has now come to an end.
The anguish never ends.
I am Dale Gracias, witness to and narrator of the acts of the grievous mirror.
Yeah, I'll talk for the main character, it's alright. Silence is our thing, so what?
Affliction is what you seek. This can be found in the mother of mothers of the churches. It is a remote place separated from the rest of the
Yep.
wise penitent like me.
Of course you don't.
What I do know is that, according to the
Okay,
that
simple.
must be performed in the heart
Okay.
of another, in the depths
Yep, of course.
and the last one.
3 bosses.
Take
Simple.
this thorn, and if, when the time comes, as you grip your weapon, having grown with more thorns, that will mean that you are at the mercy.
Yeah, I don't want to use that because I don't want to hurt myself. Check out the items you've found so far in inventory. Okay. So we have Thorn. Small gift from this now to the effigy listed under the guard of your sword. The thorns arose from the miracle feed on us in a guild growing with the burden that its bearer carries. Well, I don't really want to use that, but I'm guessing this is just the nature of the game. So being called blasphemous against God, against faith, against righteous piety? Oh, okay. Whoops. I want to parry. This maneuver allows you to counter weak attacks and deflect heavy strikes. During a counter, press the square button at the moment impact to perform retribution, increase the force. Okay, so you want me to do that, do you? So we have parries. Yeah, it seems pretty well mechanically created. Let me just jump over. Second Hamlet. Equip. Equip a prayer in your inventory, then press L2 to invoke it. Prayers and scrimmage use further. Okay, nice. Oh, I should have parried that. I don't know how that worked. I got it. Alright. Oh. I bloody parried that. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Maybe there's something here. Nope. R2 square in the air to ascend after hitting an enemy. Okay.
There is no answer to our plea. The mirror.
Yeah, I'm skipped it. Alright, so we do have a map of sorts. Okay. Jump in the water. Oh, I can't kill them. Okay. What up?
Sorrowful be the heart penitent. Few remain here. There are few with devout kiss time outside. But if your penance, the will.
Okay. What are you guys? Everyone seems to be happy and cheerful and in good spirit. I'm liking these animated cutscenes. They're pretty cool, pretty chill. I don't know why we still got the cone head on, but you know, thematically.
Penitent one, you who carry the painful guilt in your cracked hands. Lend it to us and alleviate our burden.
Okay.
Lend it to us and wipe away our tears.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because it is an act of penitence.
The virtue of the mea culpa hath offended. Increase the power of your sword. Tears of Atonement to unlock combat techniques. Okay, so we have... do we go from the top or the bottom? Does that say 7? So maybe we go from the top. Okay, because we have these. We have Weight of Sin. Plunge attack. Sacred Thrust. Sacred technique that allows the bearer of the copper to use cut of its blade to bless his own blood and turn it into a throwing weapon. That's pretty sick. Concentrate the power of the copper on the blade, allowing the pendulum to release its full potential in a single but incredibly devastating attack. Last words. So we've already got that one. Okay, so we can't actually get anything. Wait, we're unlocking things we've already got open. I think this is probably... Oh, it's 2000. Alright. Alright, what's in here? Nothing? Okay. So, initial thoughts. I think it's better than the Rat Souls-like game, if you know what I'm talking about. I don't know. Dead Cells is a good game, no doubt. And I said that when I did my impression of it. And this is sort of following the similar sort of line where you can see the quality. Yeah, so I can see the quality with the parry and the... for that. I'm not jumping that far. Yeah, so I can see all that, but at the same time, it's like, let's keep going. So it's not a roguelite, which is a positive thing, I think. Sometimes it's a positive thing, it depends. So it's not about, it's more like just an actual progression. Progression. Phalanx, Brian the Grave Digger. Boss battle? I know we're back in the fields. So that is a cross-wielding enemy. That thing's gonna be like massively annoying. I fancy. Ah, damn my timing. Yeah, I saw you, mate. How could you? Let's drink. So we just got to get over. Oh my gosh, what's this parry? 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1 now. Ah, I'm awful. Alright, parry. So we got 2 there. Let's check down here. Anything down here? Actually, no, wait. We should go down, shouldn't we? So we got this door here. So we got a big boy here. Okay, so we just got to okay. And we got this. Okay, and we can't go any further. Oh no. Maybe we can. Okay, so we've got a shortcut open. Well, so much of a shortcut, but... Alright, what do we get? Let's equip it. I don't know what it does, but let's just do it. Okay, we can't go that way. Can I get another checkpoint? That'd be really, really handy. Alright, before we go down there, let's check up. So there's 2 dudes there. Anything above them? There is. Okay. Okay. So it's really all about the parry. Okay, so we got... Icy land. Okay. Wonderful. Okay. Hello there.
Contrite and humiliated be the heart. Penitent, oh, do not fret for me. The cold is perhaps the miracle the others spoke of has come to me. To a promised land you direct your march. Let me ask of you the favor of bringing me a few drops of the oils that once...
Oh my god, dude. Just get it yourself.
Take this.
Oh my god. Mate.
Now, let my numbed arm become another branch. Hurry up.
Seriously, mate. I just, so needy. So needy. Alright. Okay. Reach up. I totally got that. I was jumping in midair. So, I think it's a good game. I think, yeah. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to work that out. But having said that... Oh. Okay. Guild fragment. Oh my gosh. Ah. Bloody ridiculous. Oh my god, stuff off. Alright, drinky drinky. Graveyard of the Peaks. Okay. So let's see if we have a save point around here. There we go. Beautiful. So yeah, I think the style is quite, again, medieval ages, Metrovania, Castlevania stuff. Castlevania, just keep saying it. Gameplay, parry's nice.
Let us be captives of the miracle. Do not be. Call me. I will not ask. Go ahead. Let us
What are
be
you
captives
buying?
of the miracle.
Oh my god, so bad. I don't even know what these things are.
And may I don more.
Yeah, I don't have the money for that. So let's just leave. Okay, so this is how I get down to the... Oh, back here. Wonderful. See? What a legend I am. Oh, my legs are broken. Alright, so we connected the dots. Fantastic. Like I just did in the previous bit, you can run past a lot of the enemies, as you'd expect. I mean, that's true in like Dark Souls and that too. You can run past a lot of the enemies. And I'm not afraid of the bosses, but we're gonna get to some bosses that are tough, I suppose, before we can really get there. Here we go. Yum yum yum. Immaculate bead. Hello. I'm rid of guilt. Easy. Alright, so let's go back outside. I know there's another thing down there. I noticed it. I saw it. I just don't care. Okay. We're far enough in the video, I can say... I can see it's a well-designed game. I can appreciate that. But... Oh, come on. Piss off, you bastard. Music is nice. It's not too overbearing. I think they got the balance right with the music, I must say. But that said, oh, you, whatever. It is, oh, come on. Okay, that's great, isn't it? Bugger off! Ah, you bitch! Stop it! Oh, you devil. You bitch! Okay, I gotcha. Alright, so we got inventory, we got lore, we got abilities. Oh. Okay, that's morbid. Alright. I know where to be positioned for this bit. Do I like the game? Okay. If you're still here, always great to check. I'm not enamored. Now, I suppose there's a bit of a... Is there a fixation with those who are big fans of Berserk and the medieval times with sort of morbid curiosity, or is it a morbid fixation on the inner challenges of the mortal soul against the forces of evil and the corruption of the necessities of human life and suffering and enduring and hardship and guilt and blood and guts and just this passion and zest for life that is facing with this depraved society and its disillusionment and eventual decay at the hands of demons, which are really the expression of the innermost irredeemables. That is like, I suppose Berserk is probably the best example, one of the better examples. I actually don't think Berserk's world is worth anything. I think it's absolute trash. And how am I gonna preface this? The world because you see it from Guts' eyes and his constant attracting demons, attracting the evil of the world, it feels isolating and you're trapped in it, which is the kind of the point. But at the same time, the world itself feels like it makes no sense whatsoever. It's completely stupid. All the humans would be dead, for one. Every single human would be dead. And yeah, so it's basically a game, another game similar, and you may not think it's similar, but it is. Diablo. Diablo 4 is a great example. All the humans would be dead. There makes no sense why there's a single human alive. It makes absolutely no sense. The demons would have killed everyone. There'd be no one left. There'd be no humans alive. Now, in this case, there's not as much of a basis to go on as to why. I guess the lore will go into it, which is fine, as to why things are the way they are. But having said that, the morbidity and all these aesthetics, I don't find them particularly appealing unless you have kind of a curative hope, an optimism in the end that you can actually rectify this destroyed world, as opposed to finding your place in it or overcoming it, but then at the same time you're not fixing it. So, Elden Ring being another example, at the end of the day, you burn the tree and you become Elden Lord, or whichever path you choose. None of it fixes it in a meaningful way, and I mean that in a meaningful gameplay way. As in, after you've completed your ending and you're back in the world, there's no change that is meaningful. So you becoming Elden Lord means nothing. Except for a personal satisfaction thing, which at least it has. So I think that sort of, if you're trying to, hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say, that there is got to be we win and then what happens next. And with Berserk, I don't feel as though there's any meaning to the journey, because there is no winning scenario. There is no saving the world from the evil, because that's just the nature of humanity, is to have evil. But it's expressed in such a way that it makes no sense that there is even humans left to produce the evil. And that you feel like if there is only evil, there cannot be only evil in the writer's eyes. But from the reality and the practicality of demons and the humans' interactions with the demons, you go, there can't be any humans. It doesn't make any sense. So again, you need to have more. Berserk, I suppose, is lacking in the angel side and the holy side of things, an actual holy side, not the pretend holy of the priests that are actually depraved and all that sort of stuff. So it does really sort of feel like it's missing a massive void. There's a whole like a massive void there. I'm sure they covered in the manga, and I'm sure it's even that the angels are evil and depraved as well. So it's the point that they're not angels anymore. And there's no, and again, the whole concept of angels is depraved in its own ways as well. So that's not the answer. But just the hope from a humanity point of view is the most basic thing I ask for. In this case, is a bit of who am I and what's my purpose? Who am I and how am I meaningful? Am I meaningful? And then maybe in the soul's point of view is that you aren't. But then again, you kill the bosses anyway. So you go from being, you're someone who doesn't matter, but you take action and you affect the world, but at the same time, your effect on the greater world is meaningless. And it's because they go and express that from a gameplay point of view, which, again, I doubt this is any different. But having said that, you can tell me if it is. If once you beat the game, you come back and everyone's happy and Dory and society's being rebuilt. Even if that is sort of boring from a gameplay element sort of side, I think before you say start a second run, I think there's value in it that transcends some of the artistic fascination with medieval morbidity. And, you know, I'm standing still for too long, of course. Terrible. But these people here, you know, who are struggling, you know, it's
Time outside, but if your penance, sorrowful be that.
yeah, good for you guys. At least there's people. That's a positive. So, on to the actual criticisms. We have square, we have the bloodletting stuff, we've got healing, we've got parry, we've got slide dodge, we've got abilities. We can duck. We can slash down, we can slash up. Pretty basic stuff. It all works well enough. It's not a bad game. I can't say it's a bad game, that'd be silly. But I'm not enraptured with the world. And this is why I talked about Berserk and why I talked about these elements, is that I've played Dark Souls and beaten Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne and all that jazz. Done all the jazz. Van Elden Ring, done all the jazz. Played Castlevania when it came out. Bloody hell. Played Metroid, the originals. So I've been around, but having said that, I've never found the style to be such an appealing thing that it like, I can appreciate it, but at the same time I don't love it. So hopefully that you can understand why I think the bleak nihilism isn't the greatest thing in the world. I think you need to have hope and a chance for change. A chance for, even if it's fleeting. This little bastard. Just having hope, I think, and even having it dashed, I think is really important. Because with no hope, which I feel like Berserk is kind of in this situation, I feel like with no hope, you lose purpose, and you lose motivation and direction, which in games is really, for most games, is really important to have. A feeling of drive, a feeling of achievement. What am I trying to achieve? What am I trying to achieve in Blasphemous? Tell me in the comments. But yeah, having said that, the second one's coming out. So what would they change if at a first glance? And that would be movement. Maybe they'll add more abilities from the start. Maybe more attack range, because you've only got square, and then you've got your range, and you've got like the dodge special abilities and all that sort of stuff. Let's just die. I don't really care about the soul things. Perhaps it'll be the character choice and the origin stories and the connections to the world. Having a vested stake in the world, I suppose, it's why lots of games, say like Mario is a great example, having to save Princess Peach. You get your motivation, you get your enemy in Bowser, who kidnaps her, you get your where you're going to go, why you're going to go there. And it's simple, it's easy, it makes sense. From a gameplay, story perspective, really. But having said that, it's like the overarching story elements, part of my criticism, but not really. Because again, this has got deep lore, I understand, they explain themselves. I'm just not, the world isn't my favourite world. And I've done side-scrolling action platformers, and I've done them. I played bloody Hercules when it came on PlayStation 1. Bloody hell, it was hard. Harder than this game. Holy crap. At times, of course. I mean, bloody hell, Hercules was hard. For me as a kid. Abe's Odyssey. Abe's Exodus. I'd say Abe's Exodus and Abe's Odyssey are infinitely more interesting than Blasphemous. And you can look them up. You can play them out. The more modern versions, not as big a fan of. The originals are much better. But that has a clear purpose. That is really early on, you understand the purpose. And yeah, I'm just struggling for purpose here. Again, you'll say, read the law, read the law, read the law. Look, read the law, read the law, read the law, damn it, read the law. Why? What are we doing? What's the law behind my abilities? No law there? Well, just getting people's bones and things. Great. At least we have a map. The map's nice, I'll say that. It's nice to have a map. Classic style map. That's cool. What have we got in options? Oh, we didn't realize with accessibility. Oh, okay, so we've got not much there. I would have thought assisted climbing would be great in accessibility. Okay, so we've got all the tips. And I suppose the only other difference is, of course, with with the Souls games, you get a choice of class. So you have that diversity from the start as to, what sort of build you're going to go with and all that sort of stuff. You have more options early on. And it's just a different feeling. With this perspective, of course. Of course. Totally natural. But that said, it's still pretty good. I think... Oh no. I think the second will be a good game. I think the first is definitely a good game. Like, you can just... It's just so obvious. The second will probably be a good game too. I don't know if it's the kind of game for me. That's all I'm going to say. Like, Elden Ring DLC, I'll definitely buy that and play that. But, yeah. This one's just not hooking me. Not getting me. It's not vibing with me. Tell me in the comments. What vibed with you about Blasphemous? What drew you in? I'm really going into sort of more depth with the conversation because I do want to not just offhandedly dismiss the game or anything like that. I don't want to be flippant because I do feel like there is value here, definitely. So it's kind of like, it's more of a me thing than the game, maybe. But, combat, you could always argue about the validity of these sorts of action games, with the enemy being right on top of you, the hitboxes for strikes when they're on top of you, that sort of stuff. And whether or not the character collision should be enabled, so you should actually be able to, as you, jump and you hit the enemy, actually be able to push them. So like here, I mean, it just kills me. But there should be actual collision if you want to take it to the next level when it comes to side-scrolling platform action games. But again, they don't have that depth of immersion, and they never will. I wouldn't have thought. They don't really get that next element. And then affecting the world itself as well, being able to actually destroy the world around you in a way that's meaningful. But that said, they won't do that in this sort of action. I tried to hit it. But, it's not Terraria. But yeah. Yeah. I mean, no, I'm not comparing it to Terraria, because Terraria is a vastly better game, there's no question. But, I'm just being all terrible today. Terrible. Okay, I'm done. I'm done complaining. It's a good game, no doubt. Not for me, though. Not starting off with the plunge attack is just like... No diagonal attacks? All the PlayStation 1 games had diagonal attacks, Oh, they can't work that out? Okay, they need to add diagonal attacks in the second one. You can do that in Apes Odyssey. You can throw a rock diagonally. But yeah, whatever. Whatever. I'm just a boomer. No, I'm not a boomer. Alright then. Complain in the comments. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me if you also think Berserk and them are a bit too bleak, and that that's the point. You're supposed to revel in it. Supposed to revel in the blood and the guts and the corpses, and then the scariness and the guilt and the sadness and all that sort of stuff. You're supposed to roll in it. Supposed to roll in the dung until you smell like shit. Yeah. But yeah, good game. Catch you next time. From Frosty 10. Bye bye.